Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Quantum Field Team X39 Saturday training, the 90-day run to Aruba. Welcome, 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 everyone. So this 90-day run to Aruba has been so powerful, and we're not done. The run is not done until December 30th. So I'm really glad that you're here. I'm really glad that you're plugging in. Know that we're seeing, you're watching it, rank advance, rank advance, rank advance. And they're not just happening in the United States, y'all. We're getting international rank advances from this 90-day run to Aruba. So I'm really, really excited to see everybody working, building their business. I'm going to turn it over to Steve Gina.
Welcome everybody to the 90-day run to Aruba. We are so excited to have you on around the world. This is exciting times. We all have serious momentum, every single one of you. But oh, wow. Thank you, Onyx, to the best sponsor in the world, the best upline. We are so excited to be here on this Saturday.
Guys, we're fired up. The X39 patch is rocking, and everyone is having incredible success. And we're going to go over a couple of the game plan of what we've strategized with over the last month or so. And you know what? If you're just joining us, it's perfect timing because like Onyx said, we've got major mojo. And when you come into momentum and you don't have to create it yourself, you can win at a much faster pace than the people that when we first got started and we didn't have all these stories of all these testimonies and all the incredible rank advancements that we're having now. Make sure that you are a part of our Facebook private team, Quantum Field X39 private Facebook page, so you can get all the updates and see all the rank advancements. Our first goal is to go manager. If you haven't gone manager, set the goal. There's people that are doing it through the weekend. People are doing it in 4 hours. People that are doing it in an hour. People are doing it in a weekend. But don't get overwhelmed. You just take it at your pace because some people go manager slower, but they go director faster. It all depends. Everyone is just, everyone, as they talk to people, things lay out differently when you're building this business. But I will say, if you stay consistent, you will go manager and then director. So we have a goal of going director in 60 days. You could easily, by the end of this month, be director. And by the end of the, like Onyx saying, be your senior director. Our goal is to break 100 senior directors, and we are on pace. I mean, the record rank advancements that are happening right now, everybody is rocking this incredible opportunity because of the patch. It's so easy to promote this incredible technology. Make sure you've joined us here. Take a picture here. This is our Facebook page. Make sure you joined our Facebook page. And, you know, you go on there and tell us your goal. Let us know when you're going to be a manager, a director, a senior director. We want to know. We want to know who's ready to run with us, because our first goal after we sponsor somebody is help you make it happen. If you're not ready, no problem. We're not going to push our goals on you because we have big goals, okay? And we'll just put another person in and help them until you are ready. But if you're ready, please let us know on our private, on the Quantum Field X39 private Facebook page. Remember, we talked about going 20 right and 20 left personal people. You're brand new. We're going to talk a little bit about the 331 system in a bit here, but your goal should be to qualify for Aruba. It has a lot to do with your personal people that you enroll, as well as personals that you help rank advance. So that's why we're saying, hey, the company has set us up to have success, not only to go to Aruba, but to win in your business. Because when you've got 20 personals right and 20 left, you don't have to push your goals on your people. There's plenty of people to work with on your team. And when as easy it is to promote reactivating your own stem cells with incredible X39 patch technology, one is enrolling people like crazy. And if you stick with this 331, you are going to have incredible success. So I want to make sure, though, that you understand 20 personals right, 20 left. When it's this easy to enroll people, this is a slam dunk for everyone to win. And that's why I keep saying that if you engage 24 months, you will definitely be looking at knocking out the team commission cap, which is $25,000 per week. So I encourage you to engage, rock and roll and run, because we want to see you in Aruba. So with that said, Onyx, we're going to point it back to you. Maybe point to her if she hasn't heard us talking.
She can hear us.
Go ahead, Onyx.
Thank you very much, Steve and Gina. This group is on the move. These two are just a blessing to me, a blessing to each one of us. And exactly like Steve said, I recommend that all of you put your sneakers on and build this business consistently and persistently. The last time I built a network marketing organization, I knew nothing, literally nothing. Steve and Gina came knocking and knocking and knocking and knocking and knocking on my door, and they would not leave me alone. And thank God they didn't leave me alone, because what happened? I learned an entirely new business model. I figured out how to help regular people like you and me create residual income. So what's that going to take? It's going to take one. You all are going to need to plug in. There's like over 60,000 people in my organization now. I can't find each one of you. So I want to help each one of you. You guys all have access to me with my cell phone number, and to Steve and Gina, everybody. We're here to see you succeed, but you've got to plug in. So the ways to plug in: join the Facebook group. If you haven't yet, get on there and join us. There's also a Facebook group about the testimonials. So if you want to be able to look up specific testimonials, you can. For me, I never use those testimonials. The reason is I think it slows everybody down, because what I know is X39 helps with all conditions and all symptoms. Put a patch on and watch your life change, but it's there. You can also join us in the Telegram group. And then, of course, you want to be sure that you're on our training calls. So on Wednesday night, we're doing an opportunity meeting at 8 p.m. Eastern. You can jump on. You can send your team members on or your prospects on. It's a safe environment. Nobody's taking anybody. So it's a wonderful way for you to let us help you build business. On Thursday night at 9 p.m., we do an opportunity meeting in Spanish. Mike and Sahi are tearing this thing up. They're already at SPDs. They're rocking and rolling. They're wonderful people, and they speak really good Spanish, unlike me. And then, of course, we've got these Saturday training calls at 1 o'clock. And so you're here, you're live, which is really, really important. If you guys have been watching the Facebook group, you're seeing rank advance, rank advance, rank advance, rank advance, rank advance. This team is exploding. Why? Because people are plugging in. Now, the system, the 331 system, is the most powerful system in this entire company, you all. Corporate called, the president called and asked, would you please fly to Europe, teach at the European convention, the 331 system? Why? Because you guys are exploding America. Remember, you all, America was the number 2 market when I started. Japan was number 1. The US is now number 1 month after month after month. Why? Because we focus exclusively on the X39. X39 makes up more than 80% of corporate total sales. So you put all those other patches together and they make up 20%. What I say to everyone is, don't waste your time. Doesn't mean you can't use them, but I wouldn't build any business with them. I personally don't know a thing about them. I have no intention of learning anything about them. I know what it takes to build a business. It takes 2 things. It takes focus and consistency. And so that's why the system isn't set up 20 people, and 5 people to a Zoom. After doing 20 people and 20 people and 5 people, most of us will be exhausted after 7 days. This is a 331 system. How many of you can interact with 3 people a day about X39? Follow up with 3 people a day about X39 and invite 1 a day to a Zoom. Everyone can. Now, if you do exactly what Steve and Gina are talking about, the consistency, make a commitment for 24 months. When I built this business last time, I came home, my kids were young, and I said to them, you know what? Mommy's going to go to work, and you guys aren't going to do after-school activities every day because I don't have time. I'm going to consistently and persistently work my business. You all, I was in that business for 7 years. In 7 years, I earned $17 million. I worked that business each and every day, 7 days a week. I'm in Lifewave. I've been here for 3 years. Guess what I'm doing? The same thing. I'm working my business consistently and persistently. But where am I doing it, you all? Right now, I'm at an Anthony Robbins event with my 2 daughters. Guess what we're doing? We're doing 331. We're prospecting right in the Anthony Robbins event. 3 days ago, you all, I was in Barcelona. It's a tax write-off. What do you think I'm doing in Barcelona? I'm prospecting. The beautiful thing about this business is the system is so simple. You got to put your sneakers on. You got to have a realistic expectation. I think Steve is spot on. Give us 24 months, plug in, participate, and watch your life change. So if you're brand new, I want to be sure you've been to startx39.com. If you haven't been there, you want to go.
This is a site that I own. I do not take any data on this site. So you can send your prospects there. In fact, 100% of anybody that I talk to about X39, I share that website with. If they're getting a patch from me, which not everyone does, but if I'm giving them a sample, I'm giving them that website. If they don't give me their cell phone number, I'm not giving them a sample. So I recommend, if you haven't been there, you go there, you read, you'll learn about the product, you'll learn about GHK copper peptide. You can see some videos from David. It's fantastic. You can take a deep dive or you can take a shallow dive. And that's the same thing your prospects can do. All the patents are there. All the scientific studies are there. Everything you all need to build the business is there. Now, the second site that if you haven't been to, I encourage you to go to is QFTeam, T-E-A-M, Biz, B-I-Z. There's your 9 steps to success there. This is a fantastic site. You literally could get lost in this site. There's probably 15 or 20 hours worth of things that you can learn on that site. However, hear me loud and clear, you all. Do not spend your time learning everything on that site. I want you to be ignorant on fire. It's really, really important when building this business, and I think it's wonderful not to know everything. Why? Because people are going to ask you a question and you're not going to know the answer. And you know what you can do? You can write down the question they're asking, and then you go about to find it. How do you find it? You call your sponsor, you call your upline SPD, you send a note to Steve Gina, you send a note to me, whoever it is, you put it on Facebook. We're here to help you succeed. Once you have the answer to that question, you go back to your prospect with the answer to their question. And guess what you've just done? You've built huge belief into them that you're serious about building the business and you're serious about seeing them win. One of the things I love about Steve and Gina, besides the fact that they love to have a lot of fun, which you all know they do, they're really serious about seeing all of us win. And this is the whole, you'll see it through the whole organization. It's a beautiful, beautiful group of light workers that are here at Lifewave, and we're so happy that you're here with us. But you got to do the work. As I always say, I can drag that horse all the way up the hill, but then when I get to the top of the hill, I can't make that horse drink water. So you've got to go out and do the work, but we're here, we're locked arms with you, we're helping you succeed, and you better believe my sneakers are on. I've been running this business for 3 years. I'm still prospecting. I have a huge organization, and I'm still working my business. And you know what? In another 7 years, I'll still be working my business because this system doesn't require that I give up every aspect of my life. It lets me build the business in the nooks and crannies. So copy the system, copy what works. Believe me, they're flying me to Europe because they want me to teach the European what works. This is not hard to figure out, you all. Plug in. It is going to take consistent and persistent work. It's not going to be perfect. We're all learning together, but you're never going to have more fun than you are in building a business like this. And with this kind of product, it's just incredible. So I'm sorry, you're a little baby, but I slipped out of the Anthony Robbins event in order to do this. All right, so I'm going to turn this back over to Steve and Gina. And again, thank you, both of you, for all that you do. Thank you for the road tour that you did. I had so many people texting me, telling me how much fun they had at your events, how much it was life-changing. You two are just incredible. What great leaders. It's my privilege to be here and working with each one of you.
Thank you, Onyx. Enjoy your time with the girls at Anthony Robbins. And I'll tell you what, we wore green today because we are serious about making you some money. Green, 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 money, money, money. Okay, so just to recap
Money
a little
shirts.
bit. Yeah, money shirts, ching, ching. But we are fired up, and we are, our passion is to help you win. And just to go a little bit on the tour was excellent. I remember going to Jacksonville. We went all over everywhere, but Jacksonville really stands out to me. 3 girls showed up from Onyx's team. They said, we watched you on Zooms and you guys are on fire, but we had to get in your faces to see, really, are you really, really on fire? And they're like, yes, you are. So 2 girls drove from Georgia. 1 girl flew in from Chicago. So what does that tell you? Those girls are hungry. And I told them, listen, hey, we are connected with you to run and help you win to get to the finish line. Reach out to Onyx. Come on, let's go. 1 girl said she was in for 2 years. And I said, well, how are you doing? She said, well, I'm actually really just starting to build.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? It is the perfect time. We all have so much momentum. Right off our momentum, we're going to guide you and lead you. You've got to obviously do the work. But she was so fired up when she left. And I know for a fact she reached out to Onyx. But, being in person or even being live on the Wednesday night or the Saturday teaching is really valuable and really important, because the energy that comes across right then and there will put a kick in your rear or a fire in your belly to really chase your dreams for your family, because your family does deserve it. Your family deserves to win. But it's not a coincidence that we ran into this product. I mean, we prayed.
Yeah.
We believed, and we got it.
Yeah.
So you really just have to get honed in, locked in, participate, and don't get tired. And I love what Onyx says. You got to be persistent, consistent. You got to stay plugged in. You got to do the daily activities. I tell Steve, I'm doing 331, but it's literally impossible when you talk a little loud and you're excited in your voice, because I end up doing 10 instead of 3. So I'm like, yeah. So just keep it simple, have fun. Steve and I are not highly educated on the body and the health and all that. Probably shame on us, but you know what? Our business is growing so fast. We look at each other and said, hey, do we really need to get so educated? Because the product sells itself. And the testimonies are so emotional. Yeah. They get every day we get another testimony that's more brings tears to our eyes, and it's just life-changing for families. They're calling saying, thank you for praying, thank you for following through what God sent you, thank you for building, thank you for being there, thank you for helping us and guiding us, because our family's life is so much better. The quality of life, especially my precious autistic children, are just getting amazing results and testimonies. God wants you to succeed. And more than ever, Steve and I and Onyx want you to succeed. And so do her girls. Her girls are in the background helping. They're doing 331. But we all want you to win. But how bad do you want to win? I hope you want to win so bad that when you are thinking about it 24/7. Because if you're thinking about it 24/7, that's going to put some action into your business. It's going to put a little fire under your rear, a fire in your belly to get this done, and to not be nervous. Because I was talking the other night at the Wednesday opportunity, who needs the patch? Who needs the X39 patch? Everyone. We all have stem cells. When you're driving down the highway and you see 50 million cars, they all have stem cells. You are in the right place at the right time with the right company, and most importantly, the right leadership. Yeah. Because we're all determined between Scott and Renita Brannon, Mike and Saeed Hernandez, Matt and Kim Curtis. I could go on and on and on. Steve Gina Merritt, Onyx Coale. We all want you to win. And we could literally go to the beach and put our feet up high on a chair with a drink in our hand, and it will just keep growing. Yeah. But that's just not who we are. We want you to win, and we are determined to get you to the finish line. We're determined to have all 100 be from Quantum Field on the Aruba trip. And did you know that you are in the right team? Because Quantum Field is #1. We are #1. Come on, growing. And the volume and the business and the people coming in, and it is like, it is literally a rocket ship that is in the air. It is blasted off, and there's still space for you. You're in at the right time, because we are all launching X39. You got to figure out and make this a priority in your life. And it's not always easy. I mean, Steve and I, just to be on the real side, we're juggling with a lot going on in our life. His father passed away a year ago. His mom is not doing well. We're struggling, but it's okay. We pray, we give it to God, and we make this business a priority, because in order for us to help others, let's just say we got to help his mom financially, we got to have an income. So we just turn it so we make it a priority. Our business is growing like crazy, but don't use things like that or your family or your kids or your job. Don't make it an excuse. Make it a priority because you can win in this. There is no doubt. Just because we did it in 23 days, it doesn't mean anything. Everyone who stays connected and stays focused and you keep it simple will get to the finish line. But again, you can't work the business, be really fired up for 3 or 4 days and then back off and take 4 days off. It's just not the way this works. This is a business that it is your own business. You are the owner of your Lifewave company. And you got to treat it like that. Even if you spent $499 getting in, treat it like you spent $499,000 to get in, because really that's what they should charge. This is a gold mine that you can make money. The sky's the limit, as much as you want to make or as little as you want to make. So it's just incredible. You know, Steve and I were talking earlier and I said, you know, when you go to do a career, let's just use me as an example. I was a flight attendant. I could just not go show up at the aircraft and be a flight attendant. I had to pack my bags. I had to fly to Atlanta, Georgia. I went to training for 6 weeks away from my family. We had just met, away from him. So it was a priority for me. I had to zone in, and for 6 weeks, I had 3 tests a day. I know a flight attendant looks like it's nothing, but let me tell you what, it's everything. Yeah. If they don't have flight attendants, the aircraft doesn't go in the air. So it's very important. But the test, we had 3 tests a day. I had to really focus. I had to study. I had to pass. I had to get a 99% to graduate. There were 400 people in my class and 200 graduated. So what does that tell you? It's a big deal. Just like a doctor, he can't show up and think that he's going to pick up a scalpel and start taking out your appendix because you've got a rupture or something, or take out your tonsils, or do eye surgery, or fix your ankle because you broke it, until he's done the qualified teaching and got through all of the schooling and the practicing. It took time. Okay, be thankful now, because you don't have to go to 8 years of school and then 4 years of, what do they call it, where you practice. So, I mean, that is a lot of schooling. We're here, it's a Saturday training. And if you're really on your game, you'll get on to that QFTeambiz.com and you'll go through all the 9 steps and take your time and learn. Because when you're building and people are asking you questions, most of the answers are in that site. Start X39, the same thing. Go through it. Even though you're giving that to your prospects, go through that site and be aware. Know where you're going, because you can't do any kind of a big profession. You can't be an attorney unless you go to school. So it's the same thing. But we're having fun as we go doing the teaching. So, you know, I remember going to Georgia. Savannah, Georgia. And I remember running into Jim Reynolds. He has 5 hearing aid stores, 5. The guy and his wife are on fire, building it big.
And they have a wellness spa too, together as a team.
I was going to say that. Good. So his wife has several wellness spas, and he has 5 hearing aid stores. Okay, do you think that he just opened up one hearing aid store without any education or knowing what he was doing? No, he had to get his head in the game. He had to learn. He probably had to go to school. He has to have degrees. So come on, let's all participate. But I'm just wanted you to know that when you're on live and you're really like sitting in the room and you see all the people clicking in, all the comments, to me, that gives you the energy when you're doing your normal career and you're tired, to get the priorities straight and to get the fire in your belly to take this business to another level. And it is possible for you to do it. And so we're excited. We're going to be switching scenes a little bit. We're going to be turning the screen a little bit. So if you just give us 1 minute, this is worth your time. And remember, all of these are recorded. So this is going to be a great teaching for you, because we are determined to have you win. So just give us just a couple minutes. We're going to turn the screen to our board, so that way everybody can see what's going on. Hi. Again, remember, we're gonna have fun. Okay, let me see.
We
here.
are
Wait.
having fun. What do you mean we're gonna have fun?
That's right. We are having fun.
We're going to Costa Rica.
Okay, now you have to let me
Yes.
help.
Yes,
Steve.
we are on Thursday.
Okay, hang on.
Okay.
Wait,
You
wait.
see, we're going to be getting on the whiteboard.
This is really important, guys.
Okay.
Can you adjust it? I'm gonna move the light. Can you see okay, guys?
Yeah. Turn the lights on a little bit more, I think.
That's great.
Okay, great. And we're doing our best to get everyone to see everything. So the key that I love what Gina and Onyx are talking about to really focus, get your head in the game. You can move that light just a little bit further over there, maybe. And to, you know, and we're helping you out the best we can on here. We'll get you as close as we can to see the board so that you can understand. That looks good right there.
Okay.
Okay. We got a couple of things. Okay, now we're going to talk a bit about building for a long-term success. We want your business. We're not just playing games with everybody here. We are serious. Like Onyx said, she told you the kind of income she was making in this industry, and now it's happening right now for all of us. But we want you to win. The key is to do what Gina said. Get your head in the game. Now, what I would suggest doing is, this is a little bit more higher level training, but we've got these 90-day Aruba trainings right on Onyx's YouTube page. Go to her YouTube channel, Onyx Coale, Network Marketing, Lifewave, okay? Onyx, can you just tell real quick, what is the name of the exact YouTube channel? Okay, Onyx Coale's Network Marketing channel, but go there and start from the beginning and listen to our warm-up call that we had with Beanie. All right, she talked about the qualification to get to Aruba, and then we had Tim Gidley, and we had all the different trainings all the way through to give you exactly what you need to know up to speed. We taught you exactly how to do the 20 right and how to do the 20 left. So everything is there. Now, you don't have to stop your day as you're driving to work, listen to them. You don't even have to watch it. You just listen, and we explain. Before you go to bed, can you do a little bit of studying on the QFTeambiz.com? This is what we're talking about doing. If you just get a little bit more information, then you can get up to speed. Every day you're doing something, like Onyx says, using your unproductive time to create a business, a legacy for you and your family. So to have long-term success, what we're going to talk about today is manager. Onyx has talked since Gina and I got started, the importance of becoming a manager and breaking managers. What is a manager? You got to be at least a gold or above on auto ship of 110 points. So 2 of your X39 sleeves, and you've got to have 2 silvers right and 2 silvers left. So you're going to see on the screen that you're up there on the top, and we're breaking managers. What I see a bit from people when they're thinking too short term, so I want to make sure you think long term as you're building your business. We don't want you in Aruba with us, and we're generating the income like Onyx was talking about, and you've got a successful business, but you've got one manager on one of your legs and everyone else on the other, and you're searching to make sure, and maybe one of your manager's auto ships underneath in the silvers stops or does it, the credit card didn't go through. That means the entire money that you're making stops. We do not want that for anyone. So what I love the way this business is set up and the way Lifewave set it up, they set it up so that it's long-term success, not only for the distributors, but also for the company. So you have to learn and get your head in the game, like Gina said. So don't like shy away and say, oh my gosh, what is Steve talking about? No, this is the simplest business you could possibly learn. Not even near as what Gina was talking about, how hard it is to be a flight attendant, a dentist, a doctor, an attorney. Okay, this is so simple. You became a manager, so now you're going to break managers. So once you become a manager, that's all the time. You can't go manager again because you've done it. So now in order for you to win, you got to break managers. Let me help you in something. We're talking about going to Aruba. 20 personals right and 20 personals left all add up for you to go to Aruba. Well, guess what gives you even more points to go to Aruba? Breaking personal managers. So they got to be personals. Now, your goal is to help your people in depth. So let me just help you on this. If you're watching this Zoom right now, or you're watching a replay, and by the way, Gina and I and Onyx have been on every Wednesday and every Saturday call, give or take if we're on a travel schedule, but we are focused on being on this every week. And we are hitting the ranks and everyone is winning. If you're not hitting where you want to be and you're watching the replay, I will tell you, when you're on this, like Gina was saying, with all the numbers and all the excitement and you're seeing all the craziness on the Zooms, you are engaged with your team, because if you're not on the Zoom, then your team is not. They're all watching the replay kind of quietly in the corner. I know I'm being facetious, but that's kind of what's happening. You want to be engaged for 24 months, okay? You might say, well, I have to go to church on Wednesday. Okay, I don't want to take you from your church. But in this business, Gene and I in our 20s got taken to lunch by our pastor, and he said, no one else have we ever seen bring this many people to the Lord, to Christ, in the church, in our business. So come on, get engaged, because that's what your goal is to build relationships and lead people to the Lord, not just hide in the corner with just having the same old people. That's just my inquiry. Now, it's only a 24-month period, and then you can go back and doing everything you want to do. Let's get your family free, get focused. So I'm just throwing that at you, but you can make your own decisions. Now, I will say this much. Here is you right here. Now you've broken a manager on the right, both broken a manager on the left. You see how your goal should be to break 6 managers right and left. Let me tell you why. Because when you have multiple managers, it doesn't matter if someone gets off auto ship on this one manager you have, you still have 5 on this leg and the same on this leg. So some of you have gotten started and you've woken up and you see all kinds of momentum happening in one of your legs. Don't let that fool you. You want to be engaged on both legs. Now, both Onyx and Gina and I have built both of our legs right and left. So we know we've got managers stacked to infinity on both sides. But we want that for you. So you want to get engaged and not just say, okay, I'm only going to put one manager over here and put all the rest over here, because we don't want to have you sit on the beach being nervous that your pay could stop at any moment. So think about what we're talking about, get engaged. Now, think about what Onyx said earlier, 50, 60, I think she might've said 60,000 people in her business, okay? Well, Gene and I, we only have, she said 60. We only have 9,000 people in our business, okay? So we're planning on having millions of people in our team. But I will say that the key is to have, you want to be building it, and you're listening to people that are engaged and we know we're talking about. I want to make sure that when you try to game yourself or think, well, I'm going to do over here to just cheapen your business, you don't have the success that you really could have if you listen to what's happening. So watch. You're going to take and you're going to break your first manager right and break your first manager left. And by the way, the reason why I brought up those numbers of people is because if we can put that many people in Onyx, only a 3-year period of time, that tells you how powerful this patch is, and that pretty much almost everyone that you speak with wants their stem cells reactivated. That really tells you that that's how powerful the product is if you open your mouth. And think about this. We're saying 3-3-1. Be honest with yourself. Have you been really doing have you talked, text, or called 3 people every day to expose your business, expose the X39, okay? If you have, that means you have 90 new people in a month that you've exposed, and you're going to be following up. After the second day, you've got those 3 people you spoke to the 2 days before, you're following up right away within 24 to 48 hours. So that's almost 100 people. Like Gina said, once you get in the habit of talking to 3, you can't help but talking to more. And in order for us to hit the highest rank in 23 days, obviously we talk to a lot more people. Now, the reason why Onyx, Gina, and myself and the leadership talks about 3-3-1 is we want you to be able to make this through long-term and have some stamina. Now, maybe you're like us, like Onyx has been in for 3 years and she's that fired up as she was today. Gina's that fired up and she's been in for 3.5 months. You know why? They're on the Wednesday night calls. They're on the Saturday night calls. They're engaged for this period of time to help everybody win. Don't make it complicated. Just see what they're talking about. You know, Gina and I have a huge business under Onyx, but we don't have our own private Facebook page and having to waste our time doing all that. We would rather plug into the team Facebook page where where Onyx's daughters are helping us run it so that we can be building our business. I mean, we're not being busybodies. We're staying focused on what we want. Now, you can do this business is the difference between this and a franchise, but they're very similar. Is a franchise, they say you have to do what they tell you or they take it away. Here, you get to do whatever you want. We're only suggesting, we're only allowed to suggest, so you do what you want. But if you want to make more work for yourself, start your own team Facebook page, because now you've got to keep up with all the answering the questions. I would rather have everyone else answer the questions than yourself, but that's up to you. I'm going to tell you that we've got to this success with no private Facebook page, nothing. I even asked Onyx, did you make a post on your Facebook to get to your level? When I enrolled in the business, she had never made a post for over 5 years. I love that. Not that I don't know enough to be dangerous on the social media, but I love that all my friends could win, because the key that we're here, that we prayed for, was for our friends to win. Like Gina said, Onyx, Gina, myself, we could go to the beach, but we want you to win. We're talking to you today for you to win, and we know you can do it. So you want to have 6 managers right, 6 left. How do I know you could do it? Because the patch is that good. I wouldn't tell you you could do it if you couldn't. You can do this. You break yourself, manager, 2 right, 2 left. Now your first goal is to help your friend put 2 right, 2 left. Now, let me help you. Your very first goal or your responsibility is when you sponsor Sam up here, okay, is to help him that very day put 2 right and 2 left. If Sam makes every excuse in the book and can't get with you and doesn't want to give you a name for you to call and say, hey, Bob, this is Steve. I'm a friend of Sam's. He spoke highly of you. Own a cool business. Said you're really sharp. We got this product that reactivates stem cells. Thought you might want to try it. If he doesn't give you a name, then you're going to go find another one. That's why we put the 20 right, 20 left. But your first responsibility is to help the people on your team. We want to help you, but if you're not ready, don't worry. We're not going to push our goals on you. We're going to go find somebody else and work with them. But we can't do it all for you. We're just helping you, guide you, make it happen. We didn't ask Onyx to make all the phone calls for us. We just asked, we had questions. You saw that we were engaged. What do we need to do next? But that's the same way you're going to want to build, is you're putting people in, and it makes it easier for you when you got plenty of people to work with. But your goal out of the 20 right and 20 left, we didn't put all 20 down here, is to break 6 managers on the right and break 6 managers on the left. And again, why? Even though you have all those people over on that on a lake, for some of you, you do not want to be deceived, because those don't count for you. If you only have 1 manager, you don't have the security, the stability to have long-term success in your business. So we encourage you to listen to what we're saying, get your head in the game, and it's not difficult. 2 right, 2 left. Start breaking managers right and left. And if they're not ready, then that's a wake-up call for you that I need to find some new people. Okay. So basically, that's the key to that. And I will say that plugging into the Wednesdays and the Saturdays that Onyx and Gina were talking about is key. Being live in the event with the people, and then have a dream big enough to give you that stamina, the stamina to have to keep staying consistent with the 3 people every day, talking, texting, calling 3 people, new people, then follow up with 3 people and put somebody in front of the opportunity, whether you watch the Start X39 with them, whether you watch one of the videos or you put them on a Zoom. You want to put the person in front of the plan so that they can enroll with you with the enrollment form. I will say that some of the people we spoke to on the tour were telling me, Steve, we want to get these pads from you, and we do have these. Just get with your upline; they'll help you get them. Make a question on our private Facebook page, and we can get them for you as well. But the reason why is because they were sending their link. We've never sent the link. We only send the enrollment form, and we make sure they enroll properly. But when people go on a link, there's 2 things that can happen. They could get distracted because the dog's got to go outside, or somebody comes to the door and they forget about it. Second of all, they don't fill out the auto ship. They don't get themselves engaged properly But when you have the form, you can fill it out for them, or they can fill it out, take a snapshot the way we do it. And when they send it to us, we make sure to call them and get them properly with the right package and on auto ship. So that is a very important key to getting your business for long-term success, not just signing up people. I never have won the top enroller in any company, only the top person to make my friends money. And that's what we want to do. Do you have your enrollment, your sample envelopes? Like Onyx said, go to QFTeambiz.com. That's how you're going to break these managers. You're going to be prepared. So when the new people are coming in, you've already got envelopes for them. If you noticed on the roadshow tour, we had these envelopes letting everyone purchase them, but that just proves to you that we bought them ourselves and we were prepared. Now, we learned that from our upline. Onyx told us, make sure you get the diamond pack so you have plenty of product, and make sure that you have plenty of envelopes, sample envelopes to share with your team when they sign up, so that they can get the product out. That's how you're going to break these managers, is only being prepared. I love the fact that the only thing you really need is sample envelopes. Everything else is online. You just watch it, learn it. How fast do you want to get up to speed? Don't learn everything, but everybody's little bit of input that you hear on these trainings helps you to say, aha, that's something that I could do. So I'm confident that every one of these Saturday trainings, you're going to learn something yourself. It's going to motivate you, and your team is going to be on because you're on there with them. There's nothing more powerful than events and getting people in front of the excitement and the energy, because you're having someone else pour into them instead of having you do all the training. And a lot of times your team is going to listen to the training, and they're going to text you after, and they're going to say, man, that was so great, this and that. And they say, I know what I need to do. I got to put the 20 right and the 20 left, 20 personals right, 20 personals left. And what happens is you've been teaching them that for some reason, because you're so close to them, they didn't hear it. But when they hear it from somebody on the Saturday training, they go and they make their run and go make it happen. Same thing happens to these events. And I see people making comments. Hey, can you come to this city, that city, this city? Hey, we're watching you. All of us are watching. We can see all the people enrolling. Don't kid yourselves. We can see who's getting in and where they're getting in. We're watching who's engaging. We're also, when we're on the tour, we see a bunch of people come from North Carolina to South Carolina. We're going to go there. We have all these people drive from Knoxville to Greenville, South Carolina. So we're going to go to Knoxville next time. We know where we're going. We're leaving our families to come help, but we want to go where people are going to fill the rooms and with their own people, so we can bless them. That's why we're here, to help you. We're not just going on the road just to drive around. We want to take and focus to help you win the people who want to win the most with their family. Ever hear that thing that the flight attendants told? I guess I flew on so many flights with Gina that I learned this so many times. What is the first thing they tell you on their training or their instructions? When the oxygen masks fall down, put yours on first, and then help your kids and people around you. Well, we want to go help the people that want them oxygen, or putting their oxygen masks on, that are serious about helping themselves. Then we'll go around and help the other folks. But we want to first, with this momentum that we're experiencing, we want to make it happen. I will say this much: in our last run that Onyx was talking about, we didn't have Zoom. We didn't have Facebook. You will be surprised how fast this stem cell message is going to get out. So I encourage you that right now, when nobody knows, you could go anywhere and nobody knows that we've got the only product that reactivates your own stem cells. I would do your talking. I would take this weekend and start talking to people. Don't wait till you write a whole list. As you're writing your list, go out, be making phone calls, texts, and going to see people. If you don't know their number, look it up on Facebook. We didn't have that before. Or go see the people and get your motor moving, because it's time to make it happen. So make sure that you've got a goal set, that I'm going to lay out my plan of 20 personals right, 20 left. And then the first responsibility I have is to help the people in to go manager. And don't cheapen your power leg side. Make sure that you've got plenty of managers on both sides of your business, so that you're not in Aruba with us looking at your phone to see if you've got if your one manager is qualifying on the one side. You want to have at least 6 managers right and 6 left. So been great sharing that with you. We're going to throw it back to Gina, and she's going to give you some updates of what's coming up in the next week or so.
Ooh, I'm so close. Okay. That was amazing, Steve. Absolutely incredible.
Thank you. Money shirt, money shirt.
Hang on.
Okay, we're back.
Okay, woo!
Okay, we got some updates that we want to give you. Anything you want to, that you saw that you want to highlight that you might have forgot when you were
No,
talking
just participating. Being at the events, you know, when we do go live, like David Alvey, he drove 3 hours with a group of people. So where do you think we're gonna probably go? We're gonna go to David Alvey's area, which was Knoxville, Tennessee. But make the effort, make the effort. I mean, literally all we're saying is that be on the Zooms, because the energy at the moment is so powerful.
So let's take a look at some of the updates that are coming up, and then we'll wrap it up. And then we'll maybe see if Onyx is still on to share.
And just to clarify real quick, Steve talked about Onyx's YouTube, and her name is right on the screen. It's Onyx Coale YouTube. That's exactly how it is. I just typed it in and boom, they all come up. So it's so exciting.
All the replays that we have done since we started are on that site. Now, if you click videos, it kind of gives them listen order, and you just start. I would start from the bottom and start moving up. Every day, use your time productive while you're driving, when you're not doing anything else, instead of listening to the radio. Like Mike Hernandez has not been watching TV when it would be TV time. Go to bed listening to all of us training and teaching. Listen to Matt Curtis, listen to Sarah and Devin Robinson, listen to the people that have been teaching, and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, it's going to be like subliminal that you're going to be talking to people the next day.
Yeah, and just to kind of clarify, so every Wednesday night we have our opportunity Zoom, and this doesn't mean that you don't come on. You come on because you're going to learn, you're going to get a nugget. You're going to hear a testimony that you met somebody and you weren't sure if that was the real deal. And it's going to blow your mind, because it's absolutely the energy, the information, the excitement on these Zooms every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, rain or shine. We are on. Then that's
and our goal is to break this up from 300 like it is to 4 or 5, 1,000 people on these. That's very powerful for your prospect. So if all of us as a team have got that goal to make it bigger every week, it's going to be wild for every one of you.
And one thing I was going to say is that somebody said to me the other day, well, I work on Wednesday nights, so I'm at work. I said, hey, do you have earbuds? And they said, yeah. They said, put your phone on and listen. You don't have to like stare and watch, but if you're on at the moment and the time, you're going to get filled up, and it's going to give you the breakthrough that you need to keep moving and going forward to build a successful business. So Wednesday night is at 8 p.m.
Can I say one more thing on that? Also, the key, this is that your team, you can't really promote to your team unless you're on. So I heard Gina talking to someone the other day that at least you go on, however you can go on just listening, so that your team sees you on. Because how can you promote and your team's going to be looking, they're scrolling through. When they see you on there, they're going to be flat out excited. So make sure that you've got your team promoting it, and you want to set a goal. How many people? Remember what I said earlier, whoever has the most people on these two evening and afternoon events are going to see the most growth. So what you should say is, I've got a goal this week to have 5 people on Wednesday night. Then next week, maybe 10, then 20, all the way up to 300 yourself. That's going to help everyone, not just to 1,000. And that, I mean, come on, if you had a job and they said, hey, we only need you on Wednesday night and Saturday afternoon.
So what I love about these opportunity meetings is that all you have to do is invite your people. That's it. We are going to do all the work for you. Then all you're going to do after the opportunity, you're going to call them and sign them up. So it's so simple. If you can just, it's a little shift, because it's not normal for all of us to do like this. When you go to work, you work and you do your career. You don't have someone else do your work. So Onyx, you want to say something real quick? You got your hand up.
I just asked to unmute her.
We can't hear you. Okay, so we'll just keep going, and when you come on, you just interrupt me.
Interrupt.
And then Thursday night, Thursday night is our Spanish opportunity. That's at, it was at 9 p.m., but we have moved it to 8 p.m. Eastern time. And that's rain or shine. Mike and Saeed do an absolutely incredible job. And both of these opportunities, Wednesday in English, Thursday in Spanish, all have testimonials.
Yeah.
So this is the place to be and the place to be on. And then every Saturday is the 90-day run for Aruba. We're excited to say we've got Mike and Saeed, senior presidential directors, will be doing the teaching for next Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So let's really promote that. And remember, they're all recorded.
The next live event in South Florida is going to be wild. I've been talking to the Robinson brothers, and it is going to be jam-packed in Fort Lauderdale. We have not gone south of Boynton, where West Palm Beach area. We're going south. So if you got somebody in Miami, you got somebody in Fort Lauderdale, West Fort Lauderdale, East Fort Lauderdale, anywhere Boca down. Hey, if you live in Port St. Lucie, you're going to want to drive down here, because people were flying in on Onyx's team from Chicago to get around the excitement. But you could see the jam-packed event.
It's going to be powerful.
Two presidential director, two senior presidential directors, another couple that is just rocking the ranks, that were huge leaders in our last team. And you heard them teach the other day, and Devin and Sarah, they are on fire. All of these folks and more are going to be there on November 16th on Wednesday. So this is going to be a wild event. And that's pretty much all we've got to promote.
So, hey, guys, it's been a blast. Onyx, are you on still?
You can't.
We can't hear you. Okay. Anyways, guys, hey, remember, this is recorded. Share it, share it, share it.
Yeah.
And remember, Onyx Coale YouTube is where you can pull all of the recordings off of. It's amazing. We love you guys. We believe in you. And it's your time. It's your family's time. And we are going to work harder than you, but actually smarter than you to help you win.
Yeah.
So, I mean, come on. I didn't have any of this in my career. I know Onyx, when she had her real estate, she busted her booty doing all the work. So this is a team effort, guys. Be a team player. And we are so excited to be working side by side with each one of you.
Guys, we're fired up. And again, on Facebook page, Quantum Field X39 team, private page, ask to join. And you, as you break those managers, can post them yourself. The admins will have to allow it, but that is what you want to take responsibility for, to put them on there so that people can see that your team can be recognized. It's so exciting. All
right, guys. Blessings. Remember, your week ends Sunday night. Let's go. Let's rock and roll. We're excited for you. And Aruba, baby. Woo! God bless you guys.
Have a great, productive rest of your weekend, guys.
That's right.